If you guys aren't familiar with the YouTuber Tricky, he is one of the best OG Fortnite YouTubers out there. Loves OG, always gives updates about OG, but it's not just that, talking about all Fortnite in general. He recently uploaded a video talking about Fortnite and betraying its OG players. As somebody who is a regular Tricky consumer, I waited on this because I thought it would make for an interesting reaction video for you today, because if Tricky's having a problem with OG over here, you know there is a serious problem, and I do acknowledge also that there are problems with OG Fortnite, but I'm excited to talk about it, man. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Please go show Tricky some love in the pinned comment description down below. Let's hear what he has to say.
So I usually never make videos like this, basically expressing my opinion, and I've noticed I haven't done this for a while. I usually talk very good things about OG. If there's problems, I come to discuss them, but now it has gotten way too far.
And it's important to note Tricky's not the only person that feels that way. I'm somebody who has been very critical of OG Fortnite, and I'm historically not that critical in anything Fortnite related because I'm easy to please, and there's always something fun to play with in Fortnite, but I rarely play OG, and I want to, but let's hear Tricky out some more.
I thought that everything would be sunshine and rainbows whenever Fortnite Status responded to the community. Also, they pinned it on their Twitter, but now I've noticed it's only getting worse. The reason why I say that is because now that we have some sort of communication with Epic Games, I think in their mind it leads them to not have to do as much just because they're talking to us. And
it's possible. Let me know what you guys think about this down below, please. I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not saying this is an original idea or anything, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if it was true that Epic Games is, you know, kind of half-assing a lot of what's going on with OG to make people play the modern game of Fortnite that they're consistently updating. They want people to play the new chapters. They want people to have those new mechanics. They want people to, you know, get off of Fortnite, the main BR, and go into UEFN. I don't imagine OG would be something that Epic Games would be like, hey guys, come on over here, come on, play OG. They'd want you to play like everything else. I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me if that's why we're seeing so many problems with OG, because Epic Games is quite capable of fixing things with the snap of a finger.
And showing the problems. But I thought that this update on October 9th would bring a lot of things like the cube monsters, the pump, a lot of weapons that we haven't seen in a while. But I've noticed that we won't even be receiving these until like October 29th or something crazy like that.
Really? I didn't even know we were getting it, period, to be honest with you. I thought they were just going to ignore it. And here's another thing that has been a little bit difficult with, you know, my relationship with everybody having a problem with OG Fortnite. Don't get me wrong. I have the issues too. My issues are mostly bots and skill-based matchmaking. I want the OG experience to be as authentic as possible. I want it to be a one-for-one copy and paste. I want to relive everything with OG. I do like the idea, however, of them switching up the storyline. Having things like the red cube, having the visitor, you know, like just acknowledging that something's wrong. The lights blinking from the Wailing Woods bunker. I think those things are cool. But once you start tampering with Nitro, of all things, once you start tampering with the actual cube not functioning like how it did in the first place, those are more of the problems that I have with OG. But I do have to push back a little bit on everybody. And I'm not saying this about Tricky specifically. I'm talking about people, you know, having problems with OG. If you remember back in Chapter 1, Season 6, for example, right here, how many people were consistently crying, whining, bitching, moaning about the zombies and the fog, the hordes, the rocket launchers, the frame drops because of all the zombies that were on the map? It was constant. I felt like I was the only person who enjoyed Chapter 1, Season 6 for that reason. It could very well be being Epic Games, hey, we're not going to relive that, we're going to fix it up, because Chapter 1, Season 6, at the time, wasn't well received by the player base, despite everybody just misremembering it, okay? People all of a sudden, like, historically, it was remembered as like a, you know, okay season, but now people, now that it was coming out, everybody's like, oh my god, we're so back for Nightmares Chapter 1, Season 6, this is going to be hype. Same thing for Season 7. It's not, we're going to have to wait until Season 8, again, for people to be like, you know, let's go. We want to re-experience this. Season 5, I can say the same thing, but Season 4 and 3, 2, 1, of course, that's understandable for everybody to be hyped up for, because they were great Fortnite seasons. It's just, there's a little bit of pushback that I wanted to have there, but at the same time, it doesn't excuse all of the issues that are in OG, if that makes sense.
Like 2 or 3 weeks, and it's just really sad to see. So in my opinion, I really feel like that Fortnite has failed its OG players. I really do, and it sucks because the game mode still gets a lot of retention and also a lot of traction. Yes, 40 30,000 may not seem like much, but most games don't even pull that. And
yeah, we've had this conversation a million times throughout this channel, guys. Games would die for numbers like that, and that still is a successful mode.
The fact that Epic Games still has not brought a lot of these problems to light is really, really sad to me, because a lot of people don't enjoy the fast-paced Chapter 6 game mode, but they want to play the slower version, which is the Fortnite OG game mode. And now, I'll be straight honest with you, it feels like that Fortnite is sort of, you know, abandoning their OG audience, because they're...
Yep. When it came out, it seemed like they were so hyped about it. We had, like, you know, the OG pass was phenomenal. I still like the OG passes, but a lot of people have been saying that they've been declining in quality. We've had, like, when Chapter 1 Season 1 came out, they removed bots, skill-based matchmaking. It was phenomenal. They had, like, they were on... I don't remember if they were on the ball about fixing things, but they fixed things like the gun models, and a lot of people are upset about the grass, but it was clear that they were putting more effort into the updates over there. They made a big deal about it, and they put, like, even the little care into the storyline. They put a little bit of care into, like, switching up the loading screens, giving us different perspectives on that. I like stuff like that, man.
Is so many ways that Fortnite can make it easier on themselves. Number one, Ali Jax, a very big notable leaker on Twitter that also mainly, he only really does OG stuff. He posted a huge pay spin, which I'm not even going to go over. We've been over it 1,000 times. Posted a pay spin. Epic Games responded to it, said that they'll use it to fix a lot of their stuff. At the end of the day, they didn't use it. Literally a couple of clicks,
yeah, I know.
Copy and pasting. This would completely fix the game mode. And
yeah, there are a ton of things that need to be fixed about OG, but the weird thing was, and I don't know if Tricky's going to bring it up, Epic Games responded to that. And I know a lot of people have had, and forgive me, I don't remember exactly what they said, but if Epic Games responded, or they updated a patch notes, something like that, and they said something along the lines of, guys, let us know what feels OG to you. It's like, Epic, you have the exact game files. You don't need to change anything. Just put back what was already there. But again, I do understand the other side of the coin. I wonder if you don't know if it's them intentionally wanting this mode to be worse in comparison to Chapter 6, because all you've heard since prior to OG coming out is like, it's not OG Fortnite. This is an OG Fortnite. Or they're changing things up because the seasons weren't well received back then. Season 4 and before that, people were happy with OG pretty much. I don't know. I wish we had some communication from Epic. I wish that they were honest about what was going on. Maybe it's just flat out, hey, we have so many resources, we're not going to put it all into OG. At least we have an answer there.
now we are almost at Season 7, which is insane. We're over halfway through Fortnite OG, and really, if they fix it now, I don't even think it would bring the game mode back, because at this point, they're probably just going to go on to Chapter 2.
That's tough. That's tough. If they made it a 1-for-1 and got rid of the bots and the skill-based matchmaking like Chapter 1, I don't know how the mode would succeed. Probably not that well, to be honest with you. Yeah, it probably wouldn't get like a crazy amount of players. I would personally be very happy with it, though, because I loved Season 7, dude.
Not reset to OG Season 1, and this whole game mode will feel like a waste. And yes, I do enjoy playing the game mode, but it could be so much better, and also I would be able to do so much more things content-wise if they would fix so many of these problems, but I can't. I feel restricted. And also, people just aren't enjoying it as much as they used to, because obviously it doesn't have to be one-to-one, but there's just so many bugs and issues with the game. And as you may have noticed from my channel, I am uploading stuff that is non-Fortnite OG, which I used to only upload Fortnite OG because people were so interested, and personally, I enjoyed it. But now
I just would like to note as well, for Trekkie, if you happen to be watching this video over here, I would imagine a lot of your audience feels the same way. I personally love to hear Trickie's opinion on anything Fortnite related. It doesn't have to be OG. Of course, most of us watch Trickie for the OG content. He's really, really on top of things when it comes to Fortnite OG, but hey, I'll listen to a Trickie video no matter what. I really, really value his opinion, and I think he's a great YouTuber.
It's just getting worse and worse with all of the newer and newer items that they're adding. First, at the beginning, with OG Season 1 to OG Season 3, it was the gun models. And it's just so funny because problems like ricochet back to back. First, it was the weapon models, and then it was the weapons themselves, and now it's the damage stats. And
you know what? Historically, I was one of the guys to say, no big deal. It's a gun model. But he's been proven to be right, man. Trickie's been proven to be right, and I know some other people in the community have been saying this as well. If you let this one problem slide, it's going to snowball into more and more problems. You were right. I was wrong, because I was sitting here saying it's not a big deal. If the gameplay was the same and everything was okay, like, you know, gameplay wise, excuse me, then I would say, okay, it's a gun model, get over it. Like, I'm sorry guys, the grass, would I like the grass to be as close to OG as possible? Yes. But I think people were spending too much time pretending like the grass being fixed would magically fix the OG mode. But you guys were right. Tricky was right. I didn't expect these problems to snowball, and they did.
And it's the graphics, and it's small things that are building up, and they fix one thing, but then something else comes up. It's just insane. And I understand they're not going to get everything perfect every single time, but at least say to us that you're doing something wrong. Also, this is the funniest thing to me that I actually cannot believe. Whenever they posted their tweet, at the bottom of it, literally they put
that's what I was referring to earlier. It was a patch notes. Keep letting us know what feels true to OG. Like, they have to have new people working on it. They have to.
Right at the bottom, it says, keep letting us know what feels true to OG. What the fuck does that even mean? Y'all have everything you need for OG. Y'all have all of the old game files. You have everything that AliJax gave to you. What is so hard about this? I understand, too, that Epic Games is so focused on Fortnite mirrors, but at the same time, if you're so focused on one game mode, hire more people.
And they can afford that. I've gone on record saying that as well. I hate to use the billion-dollar company thing because it's oftentimes used in bad faith, but they can afford this. They can afford more teams. They can afford to hire more people. Sell a couple more skins. You'll be okay. Like, if it really matters, if it is really that big of a deal, and it's good for your game in general. Like, if you have the OG mode being all hyped up, everybody happy about it, no bugs, it's well-maintained, the player base would be pretty happy, but depending on the season.
To just work on the OG game mode. How hard is it? And at the same time, it's really hard for creators like me and also other OG creators. I'm not going to mention them just in case they don't want to be brought into the, I guess, quote unquote drama. But we have not been reached out to by Fortnite at all. And I'm not saying they should reach out, but at the same time, at least reach out to one creator to let them understand what's going on. Like, they...
To be honest, that would be nice. Obviously, like, they aren't obligated to do it, Epic Games. I just think that... You know, every single time I say that, like, it'd be nice if we got this sort of communication from Epic, usually it's not good enough for the player base. That's the problem. But then you have, like, so many honest people. It would be nice if Epic Games actually were to do this and be honest about their intentions, even if they wanted to intentionally sabotage the mode. I understand we're never going to get that, but it would be nice.
Aren't even personally reaching out to anyone, including AliJax, which AliJax should be the first person that they talk to. Also, the fact that we're getting a Fortnite mirrors a week before October ends is just mind-blowing to me, and also, they aren't even releasing the pumps until then. This season should have started like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even a month before when it should have actually started, just so that they could put Fortnite mirrors in with this update of the Chapter 6 Fortnite mirrors.
If there wasn't so many issues with OG and the lack of care put into OG right now and all of the bugs and, you know, all of the problems that OG has right now, I'd be responding to this very differently and saying, you guys, absolutely, I'm not you guys as in Tricky. The vast majority of the Fortnite community absolutely hated that first Fortnite Mirrors event. Well, there's a reason why we never got something like that again. They scrapped it after Season 7, too. Everybody was freaking out about the zombies and the fog and everything. Everybody hated it.
It would have made so much sense. And I feel like a lot of players would have had better feedback. It truly feels like they're kind of toying with us at this point. And the reason why I also say that is because we were supposed to get a trailer on release of Fortnite OG Season 6. We didn't get a trailer. We didn't get a lobby background. We got minimal key art that did not take anyone, like, much time at all.
What did that take, like 10 seconds? Honestly, if you have the skins available right there.
I guarantee you a 2-year-old could do that if you gave him a keyboard and mouse. And that's not even the worst part. The map is completely wrong. At first, I was trying to be positive and be like, all right, guys, let's kind of chill out on Epic Games. Maybe it's lore related. Maybe there's...
That would be nice. That would be nice if it was lore related. I would like those teeny tiny little changes, but keep it as authentic as possible to OG. And I might as well touch on this now. I received a few comments for some people watching my videos because I was talking about how... I don't remember what the topic of conversation was, but I mentioned how, like, oh great, the cube's purple again. I believe the cube is purple again because Epic Games doesn't care because of the lack of care they've been putting into OG. That's probably the case. But then people are saying, oh, but they hinted at it here, 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 and here. I don't believe them. I don't believe them. I do not. I just think they're not caring right now.
Something with the cube. it was a bug the entire time. They didn't mean to add them in, which how do you even accidentally add those in whenever they weren't even in the 2023 OG? It just makes no sense at all to me. And the other thing as well, why would they change the cube from red back to purple if it means nothing? And it's so funny because Fortnite OG Season 5 was so good. There, you know, we were on the right track. Everything was going so smoothly, but it feels like they're flip-flopping every single season. First it's good, then the next season's bad. Then, you know, we're back to, oh guys, OG's back. It's just, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of it, and I really hope that Epic Games does something about it. Also,
and it's sad to see, man, because if Tricky of all people are this frustrated with the state of Fortnite OG and they're taking off, like, that's a big hit on the community. A lot of, you know, the Fortnite community kind of comes together around a lot of people making content. There's not a ton of people making content on OG, and Tricky's one of those guys. So Tricky has an issue with Fortnite OG because he's been very positive about OG as well. Very happy about OG. Was so excited to see OG come back. I think he's someone to listen to, man.
The other thing as well, Fortnite was thinking about working on a OG playground mode. I don't know why this wasn't released. I'm pretty sure that this was supposed to be released with Season 4. I don't even know. I'm
not going to lie to you guys, to be honest with you. Nobody would be playing Playground. Everybody would hop in, they'd try it out once, and that would be it. that one's not worth bringing back, to be honest.
I have no clue what's going on. I know as much as y'all do, and it's really sad to see. Also, the Duos Expert mode that was, you know, tested for a little bit, that brought me back, and I enjoyed playing the game every single day because
if this was still in the game, I would not be playing Chapter 6. I would not be playing Fortnite Mirrors. I wouldn't be playing anything. I would be playing this over Fortnite Reload. And if you guys been following the channel, you know how much I love Fortnite Reload. It's my main mode since it came out back in Wrecked. I loved the Duo Expert mode. It made the game feel OG again. To play on the OG map with the OG loot pool. To have no bots, no skill-based matchmaking. For the games to feel hard. For the games that you win to be rewarding again. That's so OG to me. I'm very disappointed that it's not in the game anymore. Very disappointed.
I wasn't playing against bots. Now, bots have sort of gone down just a little bit, but I think that's because Fortnite's interest has gone up so much with Fortnite Mirrors. But there's still bots in the game, and I just don't...
It's not enough. The bot problem is still ridiculous.
...enjoy playing if I'm playing against bots. That's the main reason I don't stream. And that's also why I started streaming whenever they released Expert Mode. It was actually a fun game mode. Also, y'all have got to understand that, at least I believe, I'm at a higher skill gap. So I feel like I'm winning games back to back to back. And in all reality, that's just not fun for me. I don't enjoy winning all the time. There needs to be some sort of challenge, and if there's not, then what's the point of playing the game?
We've had this conversation a lot about bots on the channel. Unfortunately, they are a necessary evil, and as I've said in the complete guide to fixing Fortnite video in 2025, which you guys should be checking out, have a toggle. I will wait in the long queues to get a lobby with no bots. No problem. I don't see an issue with that. Bury it in the settings, keep it low-key, so the casual audience doesn't know about it. I'm good.
In reality, for almost a year now, which is crazy to me, we've been stuck in this endless loop of just trying to fix the game mode. All right, these are also my closing thoughts and the biggest reason that I made this video. So the first two things, the fog. This was fixed, and then whenever they released OG Season 6, it somehow got broken again. I have no clue how this all happened. Typical Epic Games, right? And then next up is...
I hate to say that, man, because Epic Games has done so good with so many things Fortnite related. But now it's to a point where I, of all people, over these years, have been saying typical Epic Games when it comes to something Fortnite OG related. It's so bad to the point where I'm wondering if they're intentionally doing it. And you know how often I laugh at people where it's like Fortnite wants their game to die. Not for the rest of Fortnite, okay? That's still ridiculous. I'm talking specifically about OG because there's a reason why Epic Games would want this game. There might be a reason, excuse me, why they might want this load to be lackluster in comparison to what we have in the modern game.
It's also the quad crashers. These were actually not broken at first before its release. They were just like how they were in OG, but they made a weird setting or they put something in that made it where it doesn't fly anymore. According to Ali Jax, the value was already enabled by default, so the hotfix did nothing at all. And the worst part about this is that the update won't even be until the next OG update. So we won't even get flying quad crashers until the next OG update. It's just so crazy to me. But guys,
well, that's because we didn't let them know exactly what felt OG to us.
Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Is this kind of an overreaction, or has this been
It's not an overreaction. I completely understand why, especially someone like Tricky and a bunch of people in the OG YouTube space are having issues with this, and the player base in general having problems with OG. OG Fortnite can be such a phenomenal thing, and it was at the beginning. It's just the problems have stacked up, and you guys, like I said, you guys were right. The problems were snowballing, and for whatever reason, Epic Games doesn't care. I just wish we had some communication on their end. But guys, let me know what you think about all this down below. What are your problems with OG? We'll probably make another video on it talking about it. I might want to make a post over on X, so look out for that. But guys, please show Tricky some love in the pinned comment description down below. The links will be there, but if you have already watched this video and you are already subscribed to Tricky, then why don't you check out one of these two videos. One being the complete guide to fixing Fortnite in 2025, and I had something else in mind for the bottom here. Just look at what it is. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, everybody.